What used to work to get clients isn't working anymore. The game has changed. So, hello, my lovely. How are you on this Thursday? I hope you are doing so well. And I'm here to give you your free training this week, as we do every Thursday in this community. And we're talking about creating a community of buyers. So, I'm going to be talking about the changes in the online world, in the coaching world, this what's not working anymore, because what used to work, not anymore. Things have changed. But what is working for getting clients in 2025 for coaches, and then what you need to do, and the opportunity that's available to you. So it's actually, there is some positive news. So make sure you stick around to the end. And I definitely want to share that opportunity with you because you're going to want to hear it for your business growth. So give me a little hello in the comments if you are here, or if you're on replay, give me a hashtag replay, and let me know that you were here. So let's dive in. A few years ago, I was doing the live launch method in my business. I had this same Facebook group that we're in now, but I was launching every few months and getting great results. I was having 6-figure years, had some amazing launches. It was busy, it was working, it was rocking and rolling. In around 2023, end of 2022 into 2023, I noticed a slowdown, and I noticed that I was having to work harder to even get people to show up for the launches. I would typically do a 5-day experience. I'd give a lot of value, and the show up rate was dropping, gradually, slowly but surely dropping off. In addition, people actually signing up to my high ticket group coaching program was slowing down. And this was kind of gradual, but I noticed the trend, and I noticed that I was having to work harder and harder to reassure people. And it felt a lot, if I'm honest, it felt a lot like convincing people that my program would work, to come and work with me, that this was valuable to come in. And it was getting to be really, really hard work. And I thought it was a me thing. Turns out it was a market thing, right? Who knew? But a lot of coaches are now experiencing this, to a lesser or greater degree. And that depends, on even the more established brands, and the big 8-figure coaching businesses, 7-figure coaching businesses are experiencing something of the same, because I am in contact with people. I'm behind the scenes in some of those businesses. I speak with my mentor about it. And so if you're experiencing that, you feel what used to work to get clients online isn't working anymore, you're not imagining it. And there's nothing wrong with you either. It's not a you thing, just like it wasn't a me thing back then. But it has changed. And if you're still using the old methods to try to get clients online that we always used, that work really well, like posting great content, sending out DMs to lots of people, inviting them to your stuff, if you're doing that, that is not working, and you'll be struggling, right? You'll be finding it really hard. You'll not be getting the show up rate that you used to. You'll be wondering what the hell is going on. You might be feeling really disheartened. And if you're in this place, I get it. My heart goes out to you. It can be very disconcerting. Let the good news be that there are some things that are working beautifully in this climate, and that's what I want to share with you today. But what do we know about the online coaching world today? Because for many years we were in expansion, and there was, lots of opportunity to earn money. People's high ticket programs were flying off the shelves, and there wasn't really a lot of buyer resistance. So people were jumping in, they were often in more than one program at a time. Unfortunately, a lot of people got burned and invested in programs that they maybe didn't get the result that they wanted, or they were locked into 12 months and they just weren't getting the value. The coach may have been very good at marketing, but they weren't so good on the delivery. And we've all been there, me too, right? And it's painful because you invest your hard-earned money, sometimes to the tune of, multiple five figures or more in some cases, and you're not getting the results and you're not seeing what you came for. This has caused a lack of trust in high ticket, in particular in the coaching industry, in the marketing, online marketing world. And you have probably heard the conversation about we're in a trust recession, right? This is what it refers to. So people are no longer just trusting, they're really suspicious of the marketing that's out there. Buyers have matured, and what I mean by that is they are taking longer to vet your service, make a decision is taking much longer. So this is why it has changed, and it's why just posting good content alone isn't enough anymore. Now, gone are the days where people just would jump straight into high ticket for the most part. Some people still do, but for the most part, our job now is to really build that trust. Like, it's not fair to ask a cold lead to come on a sales call and make a high ticket decision. It just isn't fair in today's market. So the good news is what I'm going to share right now, and you're going to want to take notes and grab a pen, because this is what is working. And just before I share this, we have been working on this inside of our 60-day sprint, turn browsers into buyers. The ladies are learning all about what's working. They're implementing it. They're getting quick wins. They're doing market research. They're making sales. They're getting clearer than ever on their niche, their avatar, getting their message dialed in. So they are rocking and rolling over there. It's still only £97 to join. So if this is something that you want to do and you want to learn how to create clients in today's climate, definitely get yourself in the 60-day sprint. You can just send me a DM and I can send you some details about that. There's no pressure at all. It's just a great thing to join if you want to join a community that are doing this together, and we link arms. I show you the process. We do co-working sessions, right? So where you're actually implementing on the activities. I'm going to give you the daily activities you need to be doing, and we're going to be implementing everything that I'm about to share with you today. So that's our 60-day sprint, turn browsers into buyers. The price will be going up, but at the moment it's £97, okay? Would love to have you if that seems like a fit for where you're at. So with that said, here, write this down. I have created something and I'm calling it the Rikla method. The Rikla method, just simply to make it a bit easier to remember, right? So R-I-C-L-A, R-I-C-L-A, the Rikla method. What does it stand for? Write this down. Relationship. The R is relationship. The I is implement a nurturing process. So implement a nurturing process. C is for community, and that's actually what we're talking about today. C is for community. L is for live, go live. What I'm doing now, right? Go live, and I'll tell you why. And then the A is for ask. So just real quick again, relationship, implement a nurturing process, community, lives, and ask. Hopefully, fairly simple to remember, Rikla, okay? Now I'm breaking this down inside of the 60-day sprint. I'm teaching it, but I wanted to give you that because it gives you a starting point for what to focus on now. Because here's what we know. Relationship marketing is where it's at. Gone are the days of just broadcasting your message out there and hoping that someone would connect and reach out, or sitting and waiting for referrals to drop in. You're not going to build a sustainable business and have consistent income that way, unfortunately. But When you take the time to cultivate relationships and you do it in a very strategic way, and you keep track of those relationships and you make a business asset for yourself of those relationships and teach you how to do this, that is what is going to work. That is what is working for getting clients right now. That will fill your trust building offers. It will fill your high ticket offers. And this is what is going to help people to trust you and your brand. The first piece, relationship marketing. Now, we do need to be implementing a very step-by-step tailored nurturing process. Mass marketing, one DM for everyone in your community doesn't work anymore because people are at different stages. The buyer is taking longer to make a decision. They need to feel seen and heard for where they're at. They want to feel like an individual and that they will get tailored advice and support for them. They don't want to be speaking to a bot, right? They want human connection and belonging. So can you see why we've got implement a nurturing process? Can you see why we've got community? And that's the one I'm going to talk about a bit more. But lives are so important because people need to see around 15 hours of content today in today's market, roughly, give or take. It depends on the study that you look at. But it's a lot more than it used to be. And so if they're just seeing like a 45-minute webinar for a cold lead, it's not going to get them there. It's not going to build enough trust, enough relationship in that period of time for the majority of people. And that's why a lot of funnels that used to work are now failing. So, and then you've got to ask them, invite them, make offers to work with you, right? So inside of the 60-day sprint, I break all of this down, teach it to you. It's all about turning browsers into buyers. Now, to be clear, this is not an email list, because remember I said we're not just going to market, we're not going to like broadcast and advertise. This is a two-way conversation. So your best bet is to create a community. And you're going to bring people in, you're going to nurture them, and then some of those people will turn from browsers into buyers. This is what is working today. Most people are not willing to do it, and I'll talk about that in a minute. But you need to be working your leads. All right, so it's not enough anymore just like I said, to like put something out there and hope that they'll come to you. You need that lead list and you need to be working it diligently every day, preferably, certainly every week, right? But this is how you build a business. So we just don't need to have the resistance around it. We can embrace it. You know, I actually enjoy this process now. I enjoy it. So because it's connecting, it's serving. So look, you get to build this community. Now I love, so let's talk about the how. I love a Facebook group, me, love it. And the reason for that is because when I look back across my business, and I've been doing this around 11 years, I would say now. So when I look back, where did all my success and sales come from? Facebook group. And I know, because I hear from you guys, and I said this, right? Any of you that have heard a bit of my story know that I went about a year and a half without doing anything with this group. And I said, oh, it's dead. No one's interested. No one's engaging. I said that. And I hear other people say that to me all the time now. No, it isn't. You don't know how to engage the people in the group because you're just posting thinking that that's going to work because it used to work and that doesn't. So you need to understand how to reactivate and engage your community. And it's more than possible. And again, teach all of this inside of Turn Browsers to Buyers. So it's an exciting time. But, you know, and look, it doesn't have to be on Facebook. It doesn't have to be a Facebook group. Got people doing this on LinkedIn. You could do it over on Instagram. But the point is you want to create a community that is yours, where your people can congregate together, you build a tribe. People are craving belonging. They want to be part of a group of like-minded people that get them, that support them, that celebrate their wins. And we're doing this together, right? We all want that. We all crave that. We want to be seen and heard for who we are. True? Give me a true in the comments, right? If you're getting this. Because if you are getting this, you can do really well in your business and you can thrive. And those that get this and pivot now, I see, are going to do really, really well in the coming months and the coming years, because this is only going to increase, right? With the rise of AI, with the rise of automation, there's nothing wrong with those tools, but people are going to want that personal touch. This is exciting for us coaches, small creators. We get to lean into this. For your community, wherever you decide to create it, you need to be intentional about it. What's the purpose of it? And it's your job, and it's my job, to engage the people in that community. It's not their job. We can't get all, pissy at them, like, why aren't they engaging? It's our job. We have to figure that out. We're the ones building a business, right? But the rewards are great. You need to provide real value for free to build that trust. And that's why we've got the lives, because it's the quickest way people can experience you, get your energy, see your face, hear your voice. Are you getting this? Like, give me a hell yeah in the comments if you are getting this and you're understanding. Your business absolutely can thrive, and this is how, right? So we want to be building that community, building that relationship. We can do trust building offers, right? And this is, again, something we get into inside of the 60-day sprint, but like how to do that trust building offer. So that's what I've got for you today. So hopefully that was useful. It's going to be a bit of a shorter training today, but I gave you the RICLA method. I wanted to give an acronym for what's actually working today, so that to try and help you remember it. So the RICLA method, so hopefully you can remember what that is, and if not, you can go back and watch the replay. And then we talked about creating a community and how you're going to then start to turn those into buyers through what I've just shared through the RICLA method. So it all works together. Now, I can't tell you the amount of times I've heard recently from people, my Facebook group is dead, they're not engaging, they're not the right people, I haven't got ideal clients in my Facebook group. BS, right? For the most cases, BS. I said the same thing. It's not true. It's because things have changed and we're finding it hard, and we're like, well, I used to just show up and go live and post and that was enough. And it isn't anymore. But that's okay, because there's some things you can do to re-engage your members. There is a process. For example, here's one tip. You can be sending your replay out to specific group members who want to solve that problem from your live. It's just one little tip. It's just part of the process, right? These are things we can do. There's so much more you can do. But just this Facebook group has come alive again in like the last 2.5 months, and the engagement has shot up. I've sold out my trust building offer. I've got coaching clients again. So this is possible. And I was actually going to make a video and like put it on YouTube about, how, I was going to call it, can I start my business over again from scratch and build it, within 60 days, or like, pretty bit longer than that, but like within 6 months, or whatever you want to do, right? So it's a little bit of a challenge. It's a little bit of an experiment. We're doing it together inside of the 60-day sprint. But what I can see is that, yes, it's working. It's rocking and rolling. We're getting results over here. My clients are getting results. So I'd love to have you join us. Just send me a DM and I'm happy to give you the details about that. All right, did you find it useful? Have I sold you on the idea of creating your own community? Because again, this is what is going to future-proof your business and allow you to thrive in the coming months, really making the money that you want, serving, having the clients you want. I am excited for this. The real authentic people are going to win. The people who are willing to serve, build relationship, play the long game, you're going to win. And if you are a heart-centered coach and entrepreneur, That's you, right? You do it because you care, you deliver for your clients, your people get results when they work with you. You've got this, you're in the right place. Let's do this. More training next week. Feel free to let me know what content you want me to talk more about. It's all around turning browsers into buyers. It's around, what works to get clients now. Let me know if you have something you would like me to cover, and I'll see you next week. Bye for now.